Possibly the first strike with an intercontinental ballistic missile in the world. Night of November 21st, a date when Ukraine commemorates the anniversaries of the Revolution of Dignity and the Orange Revolution of 2004. Recently, Ukraine was given the green light to carry out strikes using Western-manufactured long-range missiles in response to Russia's deployment of North Korean military forces in the Kursk region. Moscow, despite consistently launching missile attacks on civilian and military targets in Ukraine since February 24, 2022, is now threatening appropriate measures to project power. And the Kremlin decided to launch a RS-26 Rubezh, as reported, intercontinental ballistic missile without a warhead on the Ukrainian city of Dnipro. The RS-26 Rubezh missile is believed to include 6 independently guided warheads, which are capable of hitting separate targets. This ICBM is primarily designed for nuclear strikes. The RS-26 Rubezh is launched from a self-propelled 12x12 platform, has 3 stages, a launch weight of up to 50 tons, a warhead weight of up to 1.3 tons, and a flight range of up to 600 kilometers. Its circular error probability is only up to 150 meters. The Ukrainian city of Dnipro became the first in the world to be targeted with such a weapon. 6 independently guided warheads struck a rehabilitation center for people with disabilities. Several residential blocks and garages were also hit, according to the mayor of Dnipro. Indeed, Russia's so-called appropriate actions in response to Ukraine's precision strikes on Russian military targets using Storm Shadow and ATACMS missiles were to attack a rehabilitation center and residential buildings in Ukraine's industrial heart Dnipro. Vladimir Putin later made a televised address to Russians and said that they had struck a military-industrial facility in Dnipro with a new medium-range ballistic missile called RS-26. Putin said it was a response to the first strikes by Western precision weapons against targets on Russian territory. And the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine has already taken and is implementing a series of diplomatic measures in response to Russia's launch of this new type of missile against Ukraine. The missile displaced all the flight technical characteristics of an intercontinental ballistic missile, stated Georgy Tikhy, the spokesperson for Ukraine's Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
We're awaiting expert conclusions to determine the exact type of new missile that Russia fired at Ukraine this morning, which had all flight characteristics of an ICBM. The strike itself proves Russia does not seek peace. To the contrary, it makes every effort to expand the war. Georgy Tikhy, spokesman of the Ukrainian MFA on X social network.
Meanwhile, Ukraine reportedly launched a Storm Shadow missile strike on a command post for Russian and North Korean armies. The armed forces of Ukraine struck Russian territory with Storm Shadow missiles for the first time since the beginning of the war, according to Bloomberg, which cited an anonymous Western source. And also remember to subscribe to our channel and share this video. Do not let propaganda win. Also, Russian military bloggers on Telegram reported about the strike. According to the information, between 10 and 12 missiles targeted the village of Mar'yina in Russia's Kursk region. Earlier, the governor of the Kursk region, Alexei Smirnov, stated that air defense systems had intercepted 2 missiles over the region without specifying their type. The Ukrainian military outlet Defense Express reported that the target of the strike could have been the historic Berdyansky manor, which, according to our Ukrainian journalists, now allegedly houses a command post for joint Russian and North Korean forces. Videos shared on social media by eyewitnesses showed an area resembling the grounds in front of the manor, accompanied by a series of loud explosions. Mutual missile escalation. What more can be said? In his address, President of Ukraine Zelensky stated that Putin is testing the West's endurance and response with such provocations.
Our insane neighbor has once again shown what they truly are, and how they despise dignity, freedom, and human life itself, and how terrified they are. So terrified that they are already using new missiles, and they are searching the world for more weapons. First in Iran, then in North Korea. Today, it was a new Russian missile. All the parameters, speed, altitude, match those of an intercontinental ballistic missile. All expert evaluations are underway. Obviously, Putin is using Ukraine as a testing ground. Obviously, Putin is terrified when normal life simply exists next to him. When people simply have dignity. When a country simply wants to be, and has the right to be, independent.
We are surely witnessing a pivotal moment in modern history when boundaries are crossed and red lines are no more. So stay safe, think critically, and don't let propaganda win.
We in the game.